everyone, I'm Jacy from Craft Life, and I'm here today to teach you how to make a Rainbow Loom wallet. So today I'm going to be using Cheryl Mayberry's Dragon Scale design to make this, and I'll put a link in the description box below. And I've had so many requests to make this tutorial, so the supplies you'll need to make this are a Rainbow Loom. You can use any loom actually, but today I am using a Rainbow Loom. You will need 2 colors of rubber bands. Today I'm using white and black. And you will also need your Rainbow Loom hook or a crochet hook. So please get your supplies and we'll begin. To begin, you're going to get your Rainbow Loom. And there's no special way that you have to set it up. You just need to use one row. And if you're a righty, you want your arrows pointing to the right. And if you're a lefty, you want your arrows pointing to the left. So, to start, you're going to take your first color, grab 2 rubber bands of it. You're not going to start on this peg. Instead, you're going to start on these 2. And you're just going to make an X. Now push it down. Now we're going to skip, grab 2 more, make an X. Skip a space, grab 2 more, make an X. Push it down, skip a space, and you're grabbing 2 every time because we're making this doubled. Now we're going to take our next color. For me, I'm using black. You're going to take 2 rubber bands, and now we're going to start on these 2. Make an X. And don't push it down. Now you're going to take 2 more of that color, make an X. Don't push it down. Take 2 more, make an X. Don't push it down. And keep going on your empty spaces. And now do your last 2. And we're not going to be using this peg. So, now we're going to bring our bottom loops over the top. So, we're going to take our bottom first color, bring it over the top. Now bring your next one over the top. Bring these 2 over the top. Bring these 2 over the top, these 2 over the top, and keep going. We just finished our first row, and now we're going to push it down. So I just brought my white over the black row, and I need to lay my white again because there aren't any white on the pegs. So I'm going to go onto the white pegs and lay 2 rubber bands, normally, no Xing. Then skip a space, lay it, skip a space, lay it, now we're going to bring our black rubber bands over the top. So grab them over the top. Grab these 2 over the top. These 2 over the top. So we've just finished our second row, and now we're going to push it down again. Now if you pull this down, we don't have any black on the peg, so we have to lay our black rubber bands again. So we're going to grab 2, lay it on my black pegs, skip a space, So now we're going to bring our white rubber bands over the top, but we're also going to bring our end rubber bands, which are black for me, and I'm going to bring them over the top too. So now I'm going to reach in here and grab my white, grab my white, grab my white. So pretty much I'm just bringing all the rubber bands over the top. Now we've just finished our 3rd row and we're going to push it down. Okay, so now we're ready to make our 4th row. You're going to pull down your white rubber bands, or the color you just brought over, and you can see that we need to lay that color again. So we're going to go onto its pegs and lay 2 rubber bands each time. Skip. Now we're going to bring our black rubber bands over the top. So starting on this peg, we're going to bring our bottom 2 over the top, bottom 2, and keep going. So we have just finished our 4th row. And now we're going to lay one more row together. So we just brought our black over the top, and now we have to lay another black row. So we're going to take 2 rubber bands, place them on their pegs, skip a space, place it on their pegs, skip a space each time, and lay 2 more rubber bands. And lay it on your last 2. Now we're going to bring all the loops over the top on our pegs. So bring those 2 over the top, these 2, these 2, these 2, and keep going. Now push this down. Now as you can see, each color has 3 rows done, 3 whites and 3 blacks. And you want to have 52 rows of each color that you're using. So we're going to do 49 rows of each color. So what you do is pull down to check to see what color you're going to lay next, and see whatever color you just brought over the top is going to be the color you lay next. And remember, you're using 2 rubber bands each time and skipping a space. So please lay 49 more rows of each color so that you have a total of 52 rows of each color. And I'll be right back. I just finished my 49 more rows for both colors, and now I have a total of 52 rows for both colors. And if you had trouble counting them, all you have to do is count the loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for my white. And for the black, you can just stretch it out and count 1, 2, 3, 4. But you need to count all the way up to make sure you have 52. And now we're ready to end it. So to do this, we're going to use the color that we just ended on. And you want to end on your second color so that you have it on the ends. So it's all in one color. And so you're going to stick it on your hook and stick this one on your hook like that. Then you're going to grab one rubber band, place it on your hook, pull it through, place it back on, and pull one loop through the other. Pull that tight. Now we're going to do our next two. So you're going to grab it onto your hook, but push this down so that this doesn't come flying off its peg. Then we're going to grab these two, grab a rubber band, pull it through, place it back on, and then pull one loop through the other. And if it breaks like mine, you're just going to take it off. So that's a warning to you to not pull too tight. And I want to save it so that it doesn't break. So I'm going to grab them all, just like that. And I'm saved again. And I'm going to grab another rubber band, place it on, and pull one loop through the other, but not too tight this time. So now I'm going to do the rest of them. So now, once you have them all off just like this, now we want to sew up the top to make it look nice. So we're going to start on our second one, this one, and it's open in the middle, and we're going to stick our hook through that. Now we're going to grab this loop, so pull it through. Then you're going to grab this loop and pull it through, just like that. Now you're going to stick this on your finger and you're going to do the next one. So stick it through the open space. Then you're going to grab the loop that's on your finger. You're going to pull it through. Then you're going to take the loop on top and pull it through. So just keep doing that. Stick it through the open space. Grab it through the loop. Then grab the loop that's on top and pull it through. Stick it through the open space. Grab the loop on your finger. Pull it through. And grab the loop on top and pull it through again. Stick it on your finger. Stick it through the open space. Grab the loop that's on your finger. And grab the loop on top. And you're just going to pull this through. And we're going to leave this loop for now. and you will find out why when we continue to sew up our wallet. Now we're ready to sew up the rest of our wallet. So first, you want to have a gift card or a credit card as your guide, and you're going to stick it on one end. Now, with that end, you're going to pull it over until it covers your gift card or credit card. Just like that. Now you want to fold over the other side and leave a space in the middle. Now they should look equal, and the space in the middle is for it to fold over. So if yours are equal like mine, then you're going to start sewing it up. So the rows that we're going to use for sewing it up are going to be this top row and this bottom row. And for me, I like to use a crochet hook when doing this. So you're going to stick it in some random rubber bands at the end. Then you're going to grab 2 rubber bands and you're going to pull them right through. Then place them back on your hook and pull one loop through the other. Now, with your hook and the loop on it, you're going to stick it back in through the next loops. Make sure you don't get any of the other color on when you're sewing. Now you're going to grab 2 more rubber bands. You're going to pull it through all of them. And it's just like pulling it through a hole. So stretch it out and pull it. Now you're going to stick it back on. Pull one loop through the other. Still, the rubber bands are on my hook. I'm going to stick it back in my next loops. And remember, when you stick it back in your loops, it can be a totally random set of rubber bands. So now you're going to pull this through again. Remember, I'm using 2 rubber bands every time. Pull one loop through the other. So stick it back in. Put 2 loops on. Pull this through. Place it back on. Now pull one loop through the other. Stick it back in. And keep going. And as you can see, when you sew it, it kind of does stretch out a little bit. So when I stick my card back inside, it should totally be covered. Now, once you come to your last one, you're going to do the same thing. Now pull one loop through the other. So you're going to leave this loop on this side, and we're going to pull this loop, the loop that we had at the end of our sewing, and we're going to pull it through the rubber bands next to it. So let's just pull this through. So now when I tie these two together, I'm going to have one on this side and one on the other side, and when they tie together, they're going to tie in the middle of the side. And it's very hard to tie two rubber bands against one rubber band. So instead, I'm going to put my two rubber bands on my finger this time, and then tie my one rubber band to it. Okay, so if you cut these off, it will end up breaking. So you want to just tuck them in. Let's tuck them in around here. Okay, so just tuck them in somewhere. And please remember not to cut them, because I have seen it break if you cut them. Okay, anyways, we have to do the other side. So we're going to do the same thing. So make sure it's equal, lined up correctly. You're going to stick it in through all those loops. And you're just going to do the same exact thing for this side. And actually, I'm going to start sewing downward, so I'm not going to sew facing up. So pull them through. Now stick it back in. And if you lose it like I just did, you might want to try again. Don't give up when you're doing this, because I know it can be very tricky. We're going to do one more on this end one so that both sides are equal. So we're going to stick it in one more time. So stick it through these loops. Pull 2 rubber bands through everything. Make a big slip knot. And this time we're going to make a slip knot in the inside because we have no loops to tie it onto. So you're just going to go on the inside around here, and you're going to make a slip knot. And you just want to pull this on the inside too. So pull your loops into the inside of your wallet. And now we can tie these two together. And you'll be finished with one side. Remember, don't cut them off. And since they're on the inside, you might want to just tuck them in a little bit. And you've just finished one side. Let's see if our card fits. And it does. So you want to sew up the other side. And you're just going to do the exact same thing that we did for this side. And if you have trouble doing that, please rewind this part of the video to redo it. I just finished sewing up both sides of my other side. And I put gift cards in them, and it folds in evenly. But it's okay if they're not the same size, you just want to have a space in the middle. And if you have any of those loose rubber bands, the ones that you tie together, you can just tuck them in any tight rubber bands inside your wallet. Like for me, it's the black, and all I did was pull them through the thick black rubber bands. And you can do that too, or you can just make a slip knot on the inside and tie it to the rubber bands. And you're pretty much done. This is what it looks like when it's done. And you may notice that I put my pockets on the inside facing each other. It's because I didn't want any of your gift cards or credit cards or even money falling out. And if you want to put yours at the top, you can, but I was too scared that my money would fall out. And I think this wallet is a very secure wallet and your money won't fall out. So it would make a great gift for your father on Father's Day or a great gift for any day. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you make some, I'd love to see them. My Instagram is CraftLifeUSA, so please tag me in a photo. And don't forget to like us on Facebook, pin it on Pinterest, and subscribe right here on YouTube. I hope you're living a craft life just like me. Thanks for watching. Bye!